The project shown in this video can be found in the textbook Technical Drawing 101 with AutoCAD, available from SDC Publications.
In this tutorial, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to acquire points and follow the tracking that they provide in order to find a point on the screen, on your drawing. And to do this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw the front view of this object. I'm not going to measure anything. All I'm going to do is acquire points, allow the tracking to lead me to the intersections, and I'm going to draw the front view. Now, the only thing that you will have to measure in the end is this distance right here coming out of the center lines. It's 0.25. See how they come out a little bit? And that's the only thing that you're going to have to measure. You have to actually type something in. The rest of it is going to be drawn with object snaps, but more importantly, by acquiring points. I'm going to go ahead and change to the visible layer and get started. I'm going to select line, and I'm going to acquire this corner. Notice that when you acquire a point, it drops, AutoCAD drops a little cross. See a little green cross on that corner? That means that this point has been acquired. And you've got this tracking line that's going to help you. I'm going to go to the bottom. I'm going to acquire that point. You see the cross? And there's the track. Follow it along. Where the two intersect, that's the point that I want. I'm going to pick. Now I'm going to go ahead and select this point. I'm getting the maximum width right now. Since I already acquired that point on the bottom, I should still have it. There it is. I pick. Now I'm going to acquire this point right here, which is the top of this plate. Since I already acquired the other one, there it is. See the intersection? Pick. I'm going to have to acquire this point. I'm going to take it down, follow it along. There's the intersection. Pick. I'm going to have to acquire this point here, the height of this piece. There's the intersection. Pick. I'm going to have to acquire this point. Pick. And I'm just going to type in C for close. Okay. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and change to the hidden layer. Pick line. And just use object snaps to draw the hidden line right here. This is this back end of this part that sticks up. And the next thing, I'm going to go change back to the visible layer, because the next thing I'm going to do is a counterbored hole. You see it right here. You can see it in the right side view as well. Now, to do it, I'm going to use circle 2-point. Circle 2-point. I'm going to acquire this part of the counterbored hole, and then I'm going to acquire the center of the counterbored hole. Follow it along. Where they intersect, I'm going to pick. Now this is the diameter of the counterbore. There it is. I still have the center acquired. I pick again, and there is this hole in the front view. I'm going to select 2-point again. I'm going to pick this. I'm going to acquire. Don't pick. That's a lot of students will end up picking. I do it myself sometimes, and I have to cancel the command. Don't pick. Just get over it. Don't pick. Let it acquire. You see that? Follow it. And there's the intersection. Pick. Get the diameter. Don't pick. Just acquire. Pick. Now you can pick. And there's the counterbored hole. So to acquire the point, you just have to kind of hover over it. With object snaps is the best. Once you hover over it, it'll drop that cross, indicating that you have acquired it, and you can move along. Don't pick it with your mouse. You pick where you want the objects to be, not when you're acquiring points. So there's the counterbored hole. The next thing I have to do is the countersunk hole. See, this is the countersunk hole. This is the countersunk hole. And I also have to take this inclined plane into account. You see the corner? This is where the inclined plane begins. This is where it ends. This point right here, I'm going to have to find it here and draw that line. I think I'll do that first before I do the countersunk hole. I'm going to change to the hidden layer. I'm going to go line. I'm going to go ahead and select that point, the beginning of the inclined plane. Do you see? I didn't pick, I just acquired, and I'm going to acquire this point here where the two intersect right there. Now I pick, bring it straight down, pick again. This hidden line represents this corner. Now I'm going to go ahead and do the countersunk hole. Now in this case I have to do straight lines. I'm going to go line, and I'm going to get the quadrant right here. I'm going to acquire it, and the top of this plate, there it is. I'm going to pick. Then I have to acquire this, that quadrant. This is for the drill hole, the one that goes all the way. Acquire that quadrant. Get this level here. There it is. No, that's not it. This is it. I ended up acquiring like 3 points up there. This is the one that I want. I'm looking at the line straight up, the line coming across horizontally. Pick. Now I need the diameter. I'm going to select this guy. Pick. Now I need to go back up with that angle on the other side, back up to the top. There it is. Pick and release. There's the countersunk part. Now I'm just going to select line and come straight down to finish the countersunk hole. The last thing I need to do is to put in the center lines. I'm going to go ahead and pick center and line. I'm just going to go from quadrant to quadrant, quadrant to quadrant, enter to release. Now center lines usually come out a little bit. I'm going to let them come out 0.25. I select the center line. I see the grips. I make the top grip hot. Selecting it, turns red. Come up 0.25 on the keyboard. Make the bottom grip hot. Move it down 0.25 on the keyboard. You type it in, enter, hit escape. Notice there's the center line coming out 0.25 on each side. Pick this one. There are the grips. Make this grip hot. Move out 0.25 on the keyboard. Make this grip hot. Move it out 0.25 on the keyboard. Hit escape, and there we have the center lines. I need a center line right here. Now here, watch. I'm going to pick the line because it is in the midpoint. It's going to the center of this particular countersunk hole is on the midpoint. It would give you, all you'd have to do is pick here and come straight down. But let's make believe that the countersunk hole was over here somewhere where you couldn't get an object snap. I'm going to show you a way to do this. Let me go ahead and cancel that, get rid of those acquire points, those crosses. And I'm going to show you a way. If this was over here and I didn't have here I have a midpoint that I could come down, but let's say just a hole. If you just had a drill hole and you didn't have any way to find the center of it, let me show you a good way. Big line, come across with a diagonal line like that, and then release. Then pick line and go to the midpoint of that diagonal line, straight up. Now you would actually find an intersection, not the midpoint. Get rid of the diagonal line, pick the center line, make the grip hot and move it to the bottom of the plate. Then I pick this guy, come straight up, 0.25, enter. Pick this one, come down, 0.25, enter, hit escape. And now we have the top, front, and the right side view of this object complete. We did the front view mostly by acquiring points.